Hey everyone, Michael O here, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be doing a video on the game Granny Chapter 2. What is the backstory, what is the background, and also kind of giving you a walkthrough today. I actually followed the saga of the first one, where I did a background story of Granny Chapter 1. Now, today's is going to be a little bit different. I had all the footage, I had all of the screen recordings, I had even the voiceover recorded, and I went ahead and scrapped all that. Today we're going to be starting from scratch, and we're going to be what I'm going to do is I'm going to voice over this entire video, and you're going to follow along here today as I go through some things, and then later I'm going to be playing the game while I'm talking, and also filling you in on the details, everything that you should know, maybe things you already do know, maybe some things that you don't know about the game Granny Chapter 2. So let's go ahead and get started right into things, starting with the new character. Now I understand this video is long overdue. Nobody agrees with that more than I do. I've been busy, and plus, honestly, this kind of escaped my mind more times than I'd like to admit. However, I'm back here to record this because just for the sake of being thorough, and a lot of people still play this game anyway. So let's go ahead and take a look at this today. Today we're going to be looking at, first of all, Grandpa. When Granny Chapter 2 was first released, Grandpa was the first new character, and he was not seen before except fictionally. Some people had made a game about him because they figured there's a Granny game, so there should be one for Grandpa too. Reason only says that there's Granny, and there should be Grandpa as well. That goes without saying. And this game isn't, look, it's not made by developer, it's not official, it's not even on the Play Store. But some people did play this, and it was made for fun. It wasn't made to compete with Granny or to continue the series. It was just made, obviously this was not released by the developer. This looks nothing like any of the other games that he puts out. So as you can see, this was just made for entertainment purposes, you could say. The joystick's different, the crouch button's different. You could see the hands of the player, which is something that developer has never done in any of the other Granny games. And you can see that the environment itself is different. The graphics are shaky, the gameplay leaves a lot to be desired, and really there is a lot that could have been filled in that wasn't, but that's okay because it wasn't really meant to be fancy. I haven't played it, but I've seen videos on people playing it, and it was kind of glitchy in the gameplay because you would just be hiding under a table or something. Grandpa would be a couple rooms away. He would just come walking through. You'd stay hidden under here, and then he'd walk into the room, and then he'd somehow sense you were there and then just kill you after you'd been hiding, even though you had been hiding there for a while. It's ridiculous. You can see here that this game is not the greatest. There's a lot more gore in it than I prefer. And the graphics are really low quality. But, oh, and there's Grandpa right there. I mean, this isn't the same Grandpa. Look at that. His face looks different. He has hair. He has a rake in his hand, for goodness sakes. Looks like he's wearing a skirt. That's weird. Anyway, but this game is, it's not really supposed to be glamorous or anything. But they had speculated that Grandpa was coming, and that maybe the developer would put out something with Grandpa in it, maybe his own game. Instead, they continued and made Granny Chapter 2, the official game. And you can see this game looks a lot better, of course, as we know it. And everything just looks, this looks much more like something developer would put out. And for good reason, too. And there's the Grandpa that we know, with his crowbar, with his pants on, for goodness sakes, and he has no hair. He does have a security key, and this vase down here, this is the vase in the house. That's gonna be another part of the video that we'll get to in a bit soon. First, I wanted to start off with the beginning cutscene. It's only available on PC, but I wanted to play it for you as it offers a lot of context to the storyline, and also gives a lot of explanation as to what happened and how we got into that house. So as you can see here, we are in the house from Granny 1. We are in the spawn room on the bed where we start each and every day. Hi, Granny. Okay, bye. I think Granny has had enough of us. So what now? What's that sound? Oh, there's Granny. Is she driving us somewhere? Keep your eyes on the road. You're old after all. Wonder where she's taking us. Ugh, my head hurts though. Oh my goodness. And now we're outside. Where are we going? Well, where else? I'm gonna go to Grandpa's house. There's the front door. And we're being dragged along to the front door. This is how it all goes down, isn't it? And here we go. So, that's how we get to Grandpa's house. As you can see, let's go ahead and get some gameplay going here. I'll go ahead and boot it up. I am playing on my Android tablet with the mouse and keyboard emulator because I'm lazy and I don't feel like touching the screen. Let's give you a little backstory on Grandpa, shall we? Granny and Grandpa lived together. They used to be married and had their daughter Angeline. Unfortunately, though, one day Angeline passed away, and Granny was so sad, as would any mother about a daughter dying, that she lost her beauty, and also a good portion of her mind, too. Grandpa, like a jerk, decided to just leave her on her own and moved into this house by himself. Some have said that this is like a hospital for the mentally ill. If so, then he did a lot of renovating. I think it's just a house. Very weird one at that. I mean, I don't like it as much as the original Granny, the house in that, but that's my opinion, and you can watch that in my comparison between the two games. However, Grandpa did get a new pet. Down here in the sewer, we can see his pet octopus sea monster thingy. Very lovely. Don't step in the swamp, otherwise you'll die. And right there we see he has a boat, but it's all locked up because he's not letting us get away that easy. I mean, come on now. Now, Grandpa's a little different than Granny. Granny hears pretty much everything you do if it makes noise. Grandpa only hears a few select things. Like if you trigger the Iron Maiden, he hears this and comes running. And with pretty much all of these things, so does Granny. Also, if you get the hand wheel and spin it, it lifts the front cage or gate or whatever off the front door. And both of them will respond to that and go running to that as well. Final thing. No, not final thing. But he does respond to this vase. Both of them will come running if you drop it or if you knock over the table that it's on to begin with. So be careful of that. Just keep that in mind. Take that as you will. Granny also has a piano over here that she plays. Granny's routine consists of her playing the piano, occasionally playing her favorite song on the piano, and washing the dishes up in the kitchen sink. Grandpa's routine consists of him taking a nap down on the couch in the living room because he's lazy. Also, I will say that he loves technology. He installed his very own state-of-the-art security camera system. You can see a camera here, and you'll see them throughout the different rooms in the house. We are going to ignore the helicopter manual for now, and I'll show you what happens when we don't use it. We have a crowbar here. Let's go ahead and take this where it needs to go. Another thing about Grandpa is he hits harder. Apparently he hits harder than Granny does. Now, you get the same amount of days either way, but the thing is, though, that if he hits you, you wake up with more of a limp than if Granny were to hit you. And you can see here I'm picking up pieces of this lovely picture here. Grandpa loves his self-image. He's very vain. As you know, in the original Granny game, there is a picture that you can build, but it's completely optional. If you would like a bonus day, you can build the picture and complete it, and Granny will give you a bonus opportunity day to escape from the house. If you would like to escape from the house at all using the helicopter in Granny Chapter 2, you have to put together the picture of Grandpa. Why? Because he is a very self-centered person. Zombie person. Whatever Grandpa is. Anyway, let's go ahead and take this down to where it needs to go. I'll say that I have enjoyed playing this game. It's not my favorite. I don't like it as much as the original Granny, but I have had some good times playing this with my friends as well. I have enjoyed making videos of this as well. Here's the final piece of the grandpa picture. Go ahead and take that. Also, there's Slendrina's diary right here. If you pull on that, the bookshelf opens, and there is a weapon locker with a shotgun back there. Now, a couple things I have never understood about this house. Number one, why is there a shelf up there? I mean, for goodness sakes, what in the world? Nothing spawns up there, and nobody can reach it. So, what's the point of having that there? It just kind of exists. Maybe it's just for looks, I don't know. I didn't even notice it until one day I was going through the house, and I happened to look up there, and I'm like, what is that? I had never seen that before. So if anybody knows what that is, please comment it down below. But I don't know of any use for it, because it's never used, nothing's ever on it, nothing like that. Grandpa usually wears the security key around his neck, as we saw in that picture, in the screenshot from the Play Store page of the game. Grandpa has installed himself a state-of-the-art security system with security cameras. He will occasionally come and look at these. When he does, you have to be very careful not to be in the frame of the one he's looking at. And also, if you set it off, be careful not to get in the way of it, otherwise it will beep when you are in front of it, and it will let you know, it will let Grandpa know where you are. Keep that in mind when you are playing the game. We are building this lovely picture of Grandpa. There's our weapon key. I do appreciate y'all watching videos on this channel, because the true story of the original Granny game now has over 1,000, and it's on its way to having 2,000 views. So thank you so much for that. I really do appreciate that. Hence I decided to continue the saga and bring you this video today. Oh, and by the way, a side note, if you ever see me shake the mouse like this in a game, it means I'm either A, frustrated at something that I just did or something that just happened, and I'm trying to let off steam while trying to keep going. By the way, this is Child of Slendrina, which we'll get to in a while, and there's Slendrina, who stares into your soul because you just killed her child. Okay, so if I shake it like this, that means I'm either frustrated, or sometimes the mouse will freeze, and the only way to get it unstuck, is to shake it back and forth until I regain control of it. So, I don't know if any of y'all noticed that, but if you did, that's why I do it. Let me show you another thing that doesn't make sense in this game, by the way. So if you come this way, you have a window right here. Here's the inside of the window. We go through it, and there's the outside of the window. Pretty self-explanatory, right? Well, let's not take that for granted, because here's the inside of this window, but where's the outside? Inside? No outside. I understand that this game has been updated to include that new passageway, but at the same time, pay attention to the details, please. If you're a developer of a major game that I believe millions of people have played and still continue to play and download to this day, please pay attention to details. It's really going to show how much you care, which I'm not trying to pick on the developers by any means here. I'm just pointing out that it's important to pay attention and not make stupid mistakes like that. I was saying earlier about Child of Slendrina here. Storyline really goes that Granny and Grandpa had their daughter Angelina, and like I said, Angeline. Like I said, unfortunately she passed away too early, and Granny was very sad about that, as any mother would be. But she married Simon, and then they had their daughter Slendrina, and then Slendrina and Slenderman got married and had their child is the spider baby, that hideous ugly thing. Take that as you will, but that's how it works, apparently. The nice thing about this area up here is while you still have at least one of these lights red, you get unlimited ammo for the shotgun from right here, if you would like. But as soon as that's over, that's all gone, so load up while you can. And don't finish that puzzle until you're sure you don't need the ammo anymore. But, as per usual, you still get unlimited ammo with the stun gun. You just have to keep reusing the same stun bullet, I guess. I don't know. I really need water. Anyway. The voice cracks are becoming too much. The clock face does open in case you didn't know that. But if you did, well then congratulations. I will credit 200 brownie points to your account then. So here we come with the helicopter key. And we have the duct tape right there. We should be pretty set to go here in just a few seconds. Let's come right on up here. Drop this here. I don't know where I'm going. I'll keep talking to keep you from falling asleep. Although, maybe me talking is making you fall asleep. I don't know. But, I do plan on making a long overdue Granny 3 video. Like the storyline and the background to it. There's our lovely helicopter right there. She needs a couple repairs and then we can try and take off. Let's open this. This is a very redneck operation, I will say that, because all you have to do to fix this lovely blade is to just put duct tape on it. What could go wrong? Well, let's go on our merry way and fill this thing up with gas. This is a very underrated and overpowered gasoline can. The almighty gasoline can. I'll explain why later. So let's fill this helicopter up. In fact, I guess this gasoline can in itself has enough capacity to fill up an entire helicopter. I don't know how that works, but it does. Bye-bye. Let's go ahead and take off. What's this say? I can't control a helicopter. This can end badly. It's just saying that because I don't have the manual. Whatever. I know what I'm doing. I'm a guy. I know how to do anything. Just run a silly helicopter. Alright. Let's see. How do we run this thing? Alright. I got the big fan on. Got that much going for me. Here we go. I think this is how you do it. Uh-oh. Oh no. This isn't good. Never mind. Maybe I should have used the manual. Mayday, mayday, mayday. No, 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 no. My head. What's happening? What happened? Oh, well, that's awesome. Oh, well, that's fun. My beautiful helicopter, my beautiful duct-taped helicopter. It's all ruined. Guess we'll have to find another way to get out of here, won't we? Well, now. I don't know. We'll find some way to get out of here, I'm sure. I do want to go ahead and show you something, though, real quick before we go any further. Right here, we have hand grenades, which are very fun to use. I might just set one off later for no reason. Right here we have, I believe it's Simon, Angeline's husband, I know that much. I think that's his name. But for whatever reason, he's in this coffin up here. Yeah. Doesn't have the looks either, but neither does anybody in Granny's family. So, there's that. Why he's up here? I don't know. Why not? And just for fun, I will throw a hand grenade at something random. I don't know, we'll see. We'll see how I'm feeling. I did not trigger that, I just dropped it. I don't need this. I do need this. This very, very overpowered almighty gasoline can. I'll go ahead and drop that down. We might as well escape with the boat. I mean, why not? We could do the front door escape any day. And it's kind of funny because sometimes when that boat steering wheel is laying down on the ground flat, I think it's one of Granny's bear traps when I'm playing. So we do have this boat steering wheel. We do have the almighty gasoline can. We do have, I believe, yes, a boat key. Let's see, what does that leave us with? Still need a spark plug, I believe. I will go ahead and take, whoops, getting all turned around here. I'll go ahead and take this hand grenade. And this limp is going to be killing me. The way that it rocks you around, it's ridiculous. Alright, anyway. What was I doing? Let me grab this crowbar. I'm debating on whether or not I should make a video for the twins, a storyline / walkthrough video for the twins. Let me know what you think about that down in the comment section below. Also, all this stuff I'm telling you in this video, I can't guarantee you that all of it is completely true. So if you do have any questions for me, please do feel free to leave those down in the comment section, and I will do my best to answer those. Let's put this spark plug in its place, right there. We do have a boat steering wheel. Oh yes, lovely that it is. Let's put this in its place. I do need to go ahead and lift that, open that gate lock. So let me go ahead and grab the, where's the padlock key? Throw that down there, might as well. I don't recall where the padlock key is. Oh, there it is. Forgot it. Alright, so let's take this on down. I do think that these videos are helpful. By the way, if you throw something in the swamp, you can get it back. It'll come right through that pipe. Also, if you throw something through the ditch upstairs in the backyard, it will come down through that pipe as well. So that can be helpful. Take the boat key with me. Oh yes, and now I have to show you... Oopsie. I have to show you why this gas can is so almighty, because not only can it fill an entire helicopter, it can fill this boat too, all without having a refill, having need of a refill. Pretty sweet, huh? I don't know. Oh, and look, it's indestructible. Anyway, all right, time to take off. Before we do though, why don't we try and blow up the monster? Why? Why not? I'm going to have to run because this is going to cycle right through. I throw it. Huh. Go, 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 go. I don't need to die. Did it work? I don't think it did. If I jump in there, I'm going to die. I know I am. It didn't work. Alright. Well, let's get out of here. How about that? I'll do the outro right now as we escape. Thank you so much for watching this video. Like I said, if you have any questions, do go ahead and comment that down below. Hit the like button for the work I put into this. I do appreciate you watching. Have a great day, and I'll see y'all next time. Goodbye.